Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the author of this best-selling children's book. It's called The Magical Heart of Beau Chandi, his incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So I wrote a nonfiction book many, many years ago, but I think it takes a special imagination to write a fiction book, especially a children's book. And that's why I invited my next guest into the studio, Matt Martin. He also goes by Tucker T. Twain. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Well, you and I met last week, and we were sharing stories about news coverage because you were a news person for many years. How many years did you spend in news?
Absolutely. I was in network news for 14 years as far as,
All right.
freelancing in Washington, D.C. Yep.
And then this special gift from God, I'm going to call it a gift from God, came to you in the form of a character, Beau Chandi. So
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
So Beau Chandi was a result of just a father tucking his little girl in bed and wanting her to have an imagination and make up stories herself. So,
okay, without giving away the book talks about kindness and sharing, and we're going to put it up on the screen so you can get a look at the amazing cover. And I love it. It kind of, to me, it harkens back to kind of an old style children's book, the children's book that we read when we were kids.
absolutely, yeah. The golden age, you're talking about the golden age of Christian classic. Or not Christian, but children's books.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And the artwork. Talk a little bit about the illustrator, because you were very fortunate to have an amazing illustrator.
Yes, Sarah Jo Perkins, I was following her on Instagram for a few years. And I liked what she was putting out. And her art really was appealing to me. So I took a chance and on Instagram sent her a message, few sentences, and she responded with she would absolutely be honored to illustrate this book.
Well, as a former news guy, your attention to detail, you have an eye for what the finished product needs to look like.
Thank
you.
you.
What was your instructions to her so that she captured Beau?
Well, that's a great question. As a creative myself, I felt like what I needed to give her is just the bookends. And then she could fill in the rest with her talents.
Yes.
And so for me, I gave her the time period, 1880s. I told her it's it's got Beau Chandi has overalls and with the different characters, war, and the fact that that he was heading to his one-room school. And so she knew it's 1880s. What would a one-room school look like?
Yes.
So,
okay. Well, let's pull up the page on the website that really talks about the visuals, so you can see that. I'm looking at her illustrations, and I'm kind of reminded of like Winnie the Pooh. You know what I mean? Just kind of that art style of Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. Now that picture that you see right there with the fox, that's the Dapperly fox. And Beau Chandi's giving him some candy, which is his heart, all made wrapped in a little red treat. But that, to a lot of people, it goes, do you really want to do that? That'll scare kids. And I go, I don't think it will, because Beau Chandi's not scared.
Wow.
And why should we? Bullies are bullies, right? And that's what that fox was doing right there.
And you wrote this book some 20 years ago, and maybe longer than that, right? It's
I
been
did.
25 years ago?
I probably told the story. My girls would know best, but it probably in 97, 90, 96, 97. And I put pen to paper in 1999, I believe it was. Yeah.
And some of the messages about sharing and kindness, I think, are even more important to today's child than they were 25 years ago. Because, I mean, 25 years ago, not every kid had a cell phone.
Right.
I'm just going to riff just a little bit, and I'll let you chime in.
Well,
We're kind of taught, because we hand a kid a cell phone, that the world revolves around them. It's the number of
Right.
posts they have, likes and shares, and everybody
Yeah.
just becomes suddenly self-important.
Right. Well, I think I can do this. This is a great question. And the reason why I said I think I can do this is I tend to get a little emotional when it comes to this book and the things that are in the book. But it's really, this is a gift that you gave your child or yourself. The life that you can have when you have a life that shares, it's a wonderful life.
Mm.
It is, and there's something interesting about sharing. You never go hungry. You're full when you share what you have.
Yes.
And I think that's important and we know this.
Yes.
We know this in the Bible. I believe it's Luke. Let me see what it was. It's 6:38.
Mm.
Luke 6:38, but it talks about the law of reciprocity and giving, and you'll get more. You don't give for that reason. Go ahead.
What's been the reaction to the book so far?
People say blown away and amazing and things like that. I would say three things that happen. People see it, they want it, and they buy it. It's just, I see it in their eyes. They just see the cover and they want it and they buy it. They're almost surprised that they can buy it. Like, can I buy that? And I'm like, yes, you can buy it.
Well, and you just you brought in a prototype. So this is not the finished product, but this is a prototype. Why don't you explain what we're looking at?
Yeah, so this was fun. It's just a beginning, creative thought right here. But Beau Chandi, as you can see, is in the book. But he's a cute little mouse, and you can see more in the picture here. He's got a big bottom, which is a lot to his personality. And, he's grew up in this little mill that's called Old Gracie Mill in the book. And, of course, he has overalls. And he's the smallest of the small. He has glasses, so he's vulnerable.
Wow.
And he's kind.
And you write under the name Tucker T. Twain, which I absolutely love. I mean,
Thank you.
I think about Mark Twain, I think about
Yeah.
wisdom. How did you come up with Tucker T. Twain?
I really had to think hard and deep about using the name Tucker T. Twain. Tucker T. Twain was in the book as a part of the backstory, as the backstory talks about a library and a historic library. And I thought, that's a great name for a historic library, the Tucker T. Twain Historic Library. And then before it went to print, I go, I like that name. That I should use it for myself. I originally had another name, which was Martindale Matthew, and I just thought Tucker T. Twain would be perfect.
Wow.
So,
do you see this being a series? Are there going to be several
it
titles?
actually is a series, but not like you think.
Okay.
One would think that, Tucker T. Twain is going to build off Beau Chandi and do another story about Beau Chandi, which I could, but that's not the direction I want to go at this time. What I want to do is in the back of the book, it says a lesson in. It says sharing, a lesson in sharing. And so my books to come out that I want to commission very soon have a lesson in creativity, imagination,
Yes.
adventure and discovery. The last one I wrote is A Love for Animals, which is quite interesting because I don't name one animal in the book because You know,
Yes.
love for animals, love for animals.
Well, tell me why does this make you emotional?
Um, because it's true. Was it Dolly Parton's on a mission to
Yeah.
let people know that I told you
No, I'm so glad.
to be kind and to be generous. And it's not what you have, it's what you give. And I want you to think about that. It's not what you have, it's what you give. That means the most. Giving out of your abundance is giving out of your abundance. Giving out of your lack.
I think it's probably a good way to close the show before we're both in tears.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, listen, we're going to end with his website, which is tuckerttwain.com. The great Matt Martin, a.k.a. Tucker T. Twain. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.